Part 4. Just because I'm Beyonce and I'm Taylor Swift doesn't mean that I have merchandise being sold as Taylor Swift. It just means I'm getting the website ready to be launched when the product has officially launched in stores. You have to do that 5 years prior. Prepare the website 5 years prior to launching. So now you've gotten an expert in the strategic field. You are business consulting with Dove in order to carry sacred ingredients in Dove packaging sold under the Dove name, which means you have made a 2.0 strategic partnership with the company Dove, which gives you a 2.0 IPO content rating, which means you're getting your information from the Dove brand. Now, find out the best way for online marketing. Tim Hodgson's. Just like I told Justin Trudeau, online marketing is not going and breaking and entering into someone's house and telling someone to go tell her that she's just cocking her ass up on her bed. Because a 9-to-5 job rubbing on someone's penis in a hospital is not a best marketing tool to say that I at least went to the hospital to see him. Did you? No, because I don't know who he is. I'm not going to go see and meet with someone who I don't know and who makes me uncomfortable. Especially when anything that they send someone to say to me is a verbal threat. In order to make me physically uncomfortable to be where I am, Tim Hodgson's. You see, this could have ended on Monday with just a part 3. But what happened on Monday has turned it into a 5-part series. What happened on Monday, Tim Hodgson's, with you and what you did to me, not only at the school, but you tried to do it to me at the therapy, where my daughter was getting the x-ray done. You did it to me in my home, has turned this series, instead of just being 3 parts, into now 5 parts, which means I've tripled my paycheck. From a 3-part series to a 100-fold paycheck. Which means I was only supposed to get out of this one paper $150,000 from Dove, but now, because it's a 5-part fold, I get $520,000 from Dove for this series because I was attacked by Tim Hodgson's for a fake vote. So, is that the best online marketing for Tim Hodgson's? No, but it has worked to my benefit. It has worked to my benefit because it raised the bipartisan in what I should have gotten in cash payment 3 times over what I should have gotten. So thank you, Tim Hodgson's, for the verbal threat that all I do is sit up and cock up my bed at home, because instead of just $220,000 from Dove, I'm now getting $550,000 to spread my wings into other territories in order to hear what they're going to say about CECERED being in Dove packaging to what they're going to say about CECERED being in actual CECERED packaging when it does come out. Push yourself. Don't let Tim Hodgson stop you from teaching. Figure out what happened on Monday, April 14th. Take the day away. Figure out what happened on Monday, April 14th, and then you report Tim Hodgson's with having the physical evidence to use against Tim Hodgson's for what happened on Monday, April 14th to you, as me. and teach with the physical evidence being played, which is why you should push yourself. And this is where I was on Monday when I was attacked by Tim Hodgson's. I was at push yourself. I was at push yourself, which would have turned it into a part 4. Which means I would have owed Dove money come Monday. On Monday, I would have owed Dove money. But I don't owe Dove that money anymore. Dove now pays me that bipartisan pay for having to go over into a 5-part series. I should not have had to go over that 5-part series, but because it was going to take me over that 5-part series, Dove pays me. I should have been the one paying Dove, not the other way around, Tim Hodgson's. Not the other way around. And I wouldn't have mind paying Dove at all for going over a 3-part series. Plant. Start sharing your product. Share your products. Give it to people you know. Give your products to people you know. Give your products to people you know. But get it to them in a safe way that when you get it to them, they know who to give it to in order to share it with the people they know, so that they know who to bring the product to in order to get your product in factory. Give it to people you know. Give it to people that you can trust, to know that they're going to share it with other people. So that when you get the sale request, Dove is ready and prepped to start pumping the product out, so that they can get a sample of the product. That's planting yourself. Be professional about your product. Be professional. Tim Hodgson's, your question to me back in 2023, why did you wear your hair natural while you were at Praise Cathedral? I was selling CECERED hair care products, and I wanted the people to see what CECERED hair care products could do to my natural hair at Praise Cathedral Worship Center. So when CECERED hair care products launches, of which I will not tell you the year, people already saw me in public using my creation to say, we know exactly what her hair looks like then, but what was she using back then in 2018? My creation of CECERED hair products in my hair. Be professional and make sure you do and use the product for what it's meant for until you have other ways to use it in order to double your price on the product. Example, CECERED hair product. It can also be used as a body lotion. So I created Fenty Skin out of CECERED hair products. Fenty Skin, which has already launched. Fenty Skin from CECERED hair products. 2 uses, 1 product. Made by me. Photography. YouTube. I use YouTube as a photography way in order to capture the essence of my product. CECERED Fenty Beauty. Traveling. Nordic traveling. What is Nordic traveling? Sell your products in different packaging under different names. So the jasmine packaging that's sold in Alberta is CECERED. So you bought jasmine hair care products, you're using CECERED ingredients. That's Nordic traveling. Furniture to design. Furniture to design. Let me show you. One moment, please. Furniture to design. Furniture to design. Let me show you. Furniture to design. A lot of you all complain, why does the Sacred or the Jasmine packaging look like this? In the 9th grade, Central Peel, there was a young fella, and I just happened to be walking by him in the cafeteria, Central Peel Secondary School. Turns out this is why I got suspended for raising my middle finger at a, nonchalant idiot in the 9th grade. But okay, a nonchalant idiot, which is why she's gonna try and come after me for, getting suspended and having to go to the school, and then complaining I don't do nothing for Kabbalah in order to give her any money. But okay, I don't do nothing, but okay. 9th grade, there was this guy who had a vision, and I saw the vision on the paper because he drew the rabbit. He drew the rabbit, and he drew the rabbit with rainfalls around the rabbit. I asked him, what does that mean? 24 hours later, he came back with the design of this right here. 24 hours later, he came back with the design of this. And from his vision with the rabbit and the rainfall, I got this, which is a physical example to how I want the sacred design to look. So Dove has taken that drawing and has turned it and inserted sacred, but the only thing that Dove owns is the nameplate. Dove only gets the money for the nameplate of the product, but it's my initial product. Now the artist in the 9th grade, Central Peel, he gets the money for the design of the packaging. He gets the money for the design. So how am I sitting and cocking up my ass on a bed from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tim Hodson's, doing absolutely nothing because I'm not holding a Taylor Swift concert, to say that you forced me along with James Westbrook to go on tour? With that, I wouldn't have any money to plant this. I would not have any money to plant this, which then turns into the sacred packaging, which then turns into the Dove nameplate, which then turns into the sacred insert in Dove packaging. I'll be back with that part 5.